This boy right here is richer than most of us can even imagine. Meet Prince George, the young royal who's set to inherit a mind-blowing fortune and some seriously cool titles. When he was born, his baby clothes caused a fashion frenzy, and he received over 1,000 gifts, including a £10,000 charm bracelet. His car collection boasts a mini Aston Martin and an electric SUV. His vacations, picture luxury stays in Mustique and ski trips to Courchevel, and in the future he's set to inherit billion-dollar estates, priceless heirlooms, and even a family claim on Wales. Want to hear more about the riches of this 10-year-old? Tag along because you're going to feel royally jealous. Billion-dollar inheritance. The British royal family is one of the most famous and oldest families in the world. At the center of this monarchy is King Charles III, who took over after Queen Elizabeth II, who had one of the longest reigns. The family includes many well-known members, such as Prince William, Duke of Cambridge, and his wife, Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, as well as their 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. At the forefront of the line of succession is Prince George, the eldest son of Prince William and Catherine. This young prince is set to inherit a big title and a lot of wealth. When we talk about the wealth of the royal family, it's a mix of personal fortunes, inherited wealth, and assets tied to the institution of the monarchy. The Crown Estate is a massive collection of land and properties valued at around $20.5 billion. This includes everything from huge rural estates to prime urban properties in central London. While the income from the Crown Estate goes to the Treasury, the royal family receives a percentage of this income, known as the sovereign grant, to cover their official expenses. Another 2 key sources of income for the royal family are the Duchies of Lancaster and Cornwall. The Duchy of Lancaster provides income to the reigning monarch, currently estimated to be worth over $814 million. The Duchy of Cornwall, held by the Prince of Wales, currently Prince William, after Charles became king, is worth over £1 billion. Prince George, being third in line to the throne, is expected to inherit a substantial portion of this wealth. As the current Duke of Cambridge, Prince William manages the Duchy of Cornwall. This duchy, worth over £1 billion, will eventually be passed down to Prince George. Generates an annual income of about £21 million, ensuring a steady cash flow for its owner. Beyond this, William has personal assets, including money inherited from his mother, Princess Diana, and from Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. King Charles III has a considerable personal fortune, estimated at around £600 million. While not all of this will go directly to George, a significant portion will likely be funneled down through the family as part of inheritances and trusts. And it's not just cash. The royal fortune includes some pretty impressive real estate. The iconic Buckingham Palace, where every nook and cranny screams luxury. Valued at an eye-watering $5 billion, it's like the ultimate family mansion, but on a royal scale. While George won't be popping his name on the deed anytime soon, it's more like his future vacation home he's set to inherit. Then there's Kensington Palace, the current digs of Prince William and crew. Valued at around $630 million, it's like the royal version of a family house, complete with all the historical charm and modern amenities. George might just grow up hearing stories of his toddler adventures in the palace gardens. And let's not forget about Granny's Retreat. The Queen's private residences are the cozy cottages where the royal family goes to recharge. Picture George running around playing hide-and-seek in the halls while the grown-ups sip tea in the drawing room. The royal life. Apart from the institutional wealth tied to the crown, the royal family members have personal assets, including investments, art collections, jewellery and more. The crown jewels, housed in the Tower of London and guarded by the yeoman warders affectionately known as beefeaters, are some of the most valuable and historic pieces of jewellery in the world. The collection includes crowns, scepters, orbs and rings, many encrusted with some of the largest and most famous diamonds ever mined. While George won't own these jewels, he will have access to them for state occasions. Imagine the weight of a crown adorned with the 106-carat Koh-i-Noor diamond on your head. Additionally, the royal family possesses a significant collection of personal jewellery, some of which will be loaned to George's future spouse for public events. Next, we have the Royal Collection, held in trust by the monarch, which is one of the most impressive art collections on the planet. It includes masterpieces by Rembrandt, Leonardo da Vinci and Vermeer. It's not just about pretty pictures. This collection is a treasure trove of historical and financial value. And then there's the family's jewellery, including the famous crown jewels. Talk about bling. These pieces are worth more than just money. They carry centuries of history. When Princess Diana tragically passed away, she left behind a significant inheritance for her sons, William and Harry. Each received around £10 million upon turning 25. These funds, invested wisely, are growing and will likely be part of the wealth that George will eventually access. So, in addition to castles and crowns, George gets a slice of his grandmother's legacy. Now let's get to the titles and responsibilities George will inherit. It's not all tea parties and waving from balconies. George is set to become the Prince of Wales and Duke of Cornwall. These titles come with a hefty hefty dose of historical significance and some serious financial perks. For example, as the Duke of Cornwall, George will eventually manage the Duchy of Cornwall, a massive portfolio of lands and investments worth over £1 billion, generating an annual income of about £20 million. That's more than enough pocket money for any future king. George will have access to several royal residences. While he won't directly own Buckingham Palace, he'll likely spend considerable time there. Properties like Sandringham House and Balmoral Castle will remain part of the family's private residences, enriching his heritage. Unlike most of us who have to worry about inheritance tax chipping away at our legacy, George will benefit from a unique tax exemption. In a deal struck in 1993 between Prime Minister John Major and Queen Elizabeth II, the monarch is exempt from the usual 40% inheritance tax on large estates. This means that the wealth and properties George will inherit from his family will largely remain intact, ensuring the continuity of the royal fortune. Also, the British monarch has the right to claim whales, sturgeons and dolphins caught within 3 miles of the UK coastline. This ancient law, dating back to 1324 during the reign of King Edward II, designates these creatures as fishes royal. While George probably won't be setting out to sea with a fishing rod and a royal decree anytime soon, it's a fun reminder of the peculiar perks that come with being a member of the royal family. Imagine him explaining to his school friends that technically he could claim a whale if he wanted to. So while George is currently enjoying a childhood filled with the typical joys of school and play, his future promises a fascinating blend of ancient traditions and modern responsibilities. Just picture it. Today he's mastering the art of finger painting and building Lego castles. Tomorrow he'll be balancing the books for billion-pound estates and deciding where to place the next royal sturgeon. That's a bit more than your average "what I want to be when I grow up" scenario. Net worth. Prince George is only 10 years old but already holds an astonishingly high net worth. Despite his young age, George's value is tied up in land, titles, and the economic impact he generates rather than a personal bank account. Prince George's net worth is estimated to be around £2.7 billion. This staggering sum isn't made up of money in a bank account, but rather the result of his influence, the properties he will inherit, and the future titles he is set to receive. The bulk of this worth comes from land and titles, which are expected to generate substantial income over his lifetime. George's net worth gets a hefty boost from what's fondly dubbed the Prince George effect. Since his birth in 2013, anything he wears or uses turns into gold. Well, not literally, but close enough. Parents worldwide scramble to dress their kids like George, creating a fashion frenzy that's both adorable and economically significant. Take, for example, his 3rd birthday. George was spotted wearing a son of a t-shirt that cost just £9. Within an hour, it sold out. Poof. Gone. The same thing happened when he wore a Rachel Riley outfit to his sister Charlotte's christening. Those duds vanished from shelves in mere hours. It's like George is a tiny stylish magician making clothes disappear. Even as a newborn, George's fashion game was strong. The swaddling blanket he was wrapped in on his way home from the hospital. It caused the brand's website to crash due to a tidal wave of orders. Seriously, how many babies can say they crashed a website just by being cute? This kind of influence has made George a key player in the children's fashion market, which has seen some serious growth thanks to his pint-sized presence. So, while George is just being a kid, his wardrobe choices are fueling a mini economic boom. Proof that being royally stylish is a big deal, even when you're only 10. The economic impact of George's fashion choices is not just a boost for the brands he wears, but also reflects his potential future influence on the economy. His influence is estimated to be worth around £2.3 billion to the British economy. This figure highlights the power of the royal family in driving consumer behaviour and the significant commercial value they bring. As the eldest son of Prince William, George is second in line to the British throne. When Prince William ascends to the throne, George will inherit the title of the heir apparent and will receive the dukedoms of both Cornwall and Rothesay. These titles come with their own historical significance and financial benefits. Duke of Cornwall's title comes with the Duchy of Cornwall, a private estate established in 1337 to provide income to the heir apparent. The duchy covers over 135,000 acres of land across 23 counties in England and Wales. Currently managed by Prince William, the duchy generates an annual income of about £20 million. When George inherits this title, he will also take on the responsibility of managing this vast estate. George will also inherit the title of Prince of Wales. Traditionally, the heir to the British throne is given the title of Prince of Wales. While this title does not come with a specific estate like the Duchy of Cornwall, it carries immense historical and cultural significance. George will likely receive this title when William becomes king, continuing the tradition of the British monarchy. Upon marriage, George will also receive a duke title, which will be bestowed by the the reigning monarch, just as Prince William was given the Duke of Cambridge title when he married Kate Middleton. This is a customary practice within the royal family and adds to the list of honours and responsibilities he will bear. Although George's net worth is immense, he currently has no personal income. As a child, he does not earn money or hold any assets in his own right. His wealth is tied up in future inheritances, titles, and the economic impact of his public image. As Prince George hits the ripe old age of 11, okay, maybe not that ripe, but you get the gist, he's standing on the edge of a future so packed with wealth and tradition. You'd think he's starring in a royal blockbuster. With a current net worth of £2.7 billion to be exact, George isn't just your average school kid. Nope, he's got land, titles, and the kind of fashion influence that'd make Anna Wintour do a double take. But hey, amid all the royal hoopla, George still gets to be a kid. He's out there playing tag and learning his times tables just like any other tyke. Yet lurking in the background is this future where he'll have to juggle ancient titles and modern responsibilities like a pro. Extravagant lifestyle. Prince George is not your average 10-year-old. From the moment he entered the world, he has been surrounded by grandeur, luxury, and tradition. From the time he was merely a bump in his mother's belly, Prince George was showered with gifts fit for royalty. Celebrity designer Theo Fennell crafted a stunning £10,000 18CT white gold charm bracelet to mark George's birth. But that was just the beginning. As he grew, the gifts became even more extravagant. For his first birthday, the young prince received over 1,000 gifts from around the world, including an £18,000 playhouse from his grandfather, King Charles. This playhouse, complete with a wood-burning stove and daybed, showcased the grandeur that surrounded Prince George from an early age. While most kids his age are playing with toy cars, Prince George has a classic car collection that would make any car enthusiast green with envy. Starting with a Pound 100 tractor as a toddler, George quickly graduated to more sophisticated wheels. He inherited his father's dark green miniature Aston Martin, a child-friendly model that can reach speeds of up to 20 mph. This miniature marvel, one of only 25 built, was a cherished possession passed down through generations of the royal family. But that's not all. In 2017, his uncle Prince Harry gifted him an electric SUV, adding another sleek ride to his growing collection. While the average 10-year-old might dream of owning a sports car one day, Prince George is already living that dream. Despite his royal status, Prince George's parents are keen on giving him as normal an upbringing as possible. However, normalcy takes on a different meaning when you're third in line to the British throne. George and his siblings, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, attend the prestigious Lambrook School in Berkshire, where the annual tuition costs a staggering £7,000 per term. This independent preparatory school boasts top-notch facilities, including a 25m indoor pool for swimming lessons, a full-size AstroTurf pitch, a golf course, outdoor play areas, and even a bee farm. While the cost of their education may be eye-watering, Prince William and Duchess Catherine are determined to provide their children with the best possible start in life. With a mother hailed as a style icon, it's no surprise that Prince George is always impeccably dressed. From Ralph Lauren to Bowden to Rachel Riley, his wardrobe is a mix of high-end designer and on-trend high-street fashion. Whether he's attending a royal event or simply playing in the garden, George is always dressed to impress. In recent years, his clothing has taken a more formal turn, with tailored ensembles becoming the norm. Even at the Wimbledon final, he was spotted sporting a shirt, jacket and tie, a deliberate choice made by his mother to ease him into his future role as a public figure. While most kids his age are content with jeans and t-shirts, Prince George is already mastering the art of royal fashion. When it comes to vacations, Prince George doesn't do things by halves. From the sun-soaked beaches of Moustique to the snow-capped slopes of Courchevel, his holidays are the epitome of luxury. At just 6 months old, he got on his first trip to Moustique, where the royal family stayed in a lavish 4-bedroom villa complete with a butler, chef, housekeeper and gardener. Since then, they have returned to the island multiple times, soaking up the Caribbean sun in style. But it's not just tropical getaways that George enjoys. He's also a fan of skiing, with the family regularly visiting the luxury resort of Courchevel in France. In 2016, they even chartered Prince George's godfather's private jet for the journey, because when you're royalty, why not travel in style? As the future King of England, Prince George is set to inherit a treasure trove of family heirlooms. From priceless jewels to historic estates, his future is as rich in tradition as it is in wealth. One such heirloom is the St. Edward's crown, which King Charles wore at his coronation, Made of solid gold and adorned with over 400 gemstones, including rubies, sapphires, garnets, and tourmalines, it's a symbol of royal power and prestige. Additionally, there's speculation that George could inherit Charles's £3.9 million Highgrove estate in years to come, adding another prestigious property to his portfolio. While most kids inherit hand-me-down clothes or toys, Prince George will inherit a legacy centuries in the making. From birthdays to holidays to royal ceremonies, Prince George is no stranger to special celebrations. Each year, his birthday is marked with lavish parties and extravagant gifts, including his very own mini-car collection. Whether he's unwrapping presents from family members or enjoying a slice of cake with his friends, George's birthdays are always a cause for celebration. But it's not just his own milestones that George gets to enjoy. As a member of the royal family, he's also invited to attend high-profile events like Trooping the Colour and Christmas at Sandringham. These occasions, steeped in tradition and pageantry, are a glimpse into the future that awaits Prince George as he grows older. Prince George may be only 10 years old, but his life is already a whirlwind of luxury, tradition, and privilege. From his lavish gifts to his classic car collection, high-class education, designer wardrobe, luxury holidays, family heirlooms, and special celebrations, every aspect of his life is infused with luxury at every step. Future career and opportunities. Prince George has been capturing hearts and imaginations since his birth. With the weight of monarchy on his young shoulders, the world eagerly awaits to see how this charming young prince will navigate his future. Among the many aspects of his life that pique interest, his potential career and opportunities stand out prominently, and everyone is curious how this young prince will turn out in the near future. From a tender age, Prince George has exhibited a keen interest in aviation, following in the footsteps of his esteemed father, grandfather, and uncle. Reports from family trips to Germany and Poland in 2017 reveal his excitement at the sight of helicopters. Observers noted his eagerness to explore the cockpit and distinguish between different aircraft, a clear indication of his budding passion for flight. Moreover, during a recent garden party at Buckingham Palace, Prince William disclosed to Reverend Squadron Leader Chrissy Lacey that George dreams of visiting an RAF base, hinting at his aspirations to become a pilot. These early signs suggest that the skies might hold Prince George's future. Prince George's interest in aviation finds rich resonance within his family's history. His father, Prince William, was a RAF pilot dedicated to service. Similarly, Prince Harry, George's uncle, underwent rigorous training as an Apache helicopter pilot and served on active duty in Afghanistan. Even his grandfather, King Charles, has a connection to aviation, further cementing the legacy within the royal lineage. Such familial influences not only inspire, but also pave the way for Prince George to explore a career in aviation with a sense of heritage and duty. As Prince George matures, his educational journey plays a major role in shaping his future opportunities. With his parents, Prince William and Kate Middleton, opting for Marlborough College for his schooling, Prince George will attend Marlborough College, renowned for its excellent education and holistic learning environment. Here, he can explore his love for aviation while sharing experiences with his sister, Princess Charlotte, fostering strong family bonds. After Marlborough College, Prince George's educational journey holds endless possibilities. Whether he's drawn to further studies in aeronautics, considering military training, or exploring entirely new paths, his time at Marlborough equips him with the tools to thrive in any field. With the whole world as his playground, he's free to learn and grow in whatever direction his curiosity takes him. Looking ahead to Prince George's future, it's important to think about how the British monarchy is changing. With Prince Charles working on updating things, Prince George inherits a legacy of being flexible and staying relevant. Unlike before, where military training was a must, Prince George might choose a different path, one that fits better with today's values and dreams. As a young royal, Prince George shows how the monarchy is becoming more down to earth. He doesn't have to follow the old rules of military training, showing how the royal family is becoming more inclusive. Plus, having his mum, Kate Middleton, as a commoner in the family helps mix tradition with modern life. Looking ahead to Prince George's future, it's exciting to see the range of possibilities that await him, given his passion for aviation and solid educational background. Considering his early fascination with aircraft and his family's rich legacy in aviation, it's easy to envision Prince George pursuing a career as a pilot. Whether he chooses civilian aviation or opts to serve in the Royal Air Force like his father, the sky truly becomes his playground. From piloting commercial airliners to engaging in daring missions, Prince George can find adventure and fulfillment in the world of aviation. Moreover, as technology continues to revolutionize the aviation industry, Prince George may explore avenues beyond traditional piloting. With advancements in unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, and the burgeoning field of space exploration, he has the opportunity to be at the forefront of cutting-edge technology. Whether he becomes becomes a pioneer in drone technology or sets his sights on the stars as a visionary in space exploration, Prince George's curiosity and intellect can shape the future of aviation in remarkable ways. Beyond flying planes, Prince George could also use his role as a representative of the British monarchy to help bring people together globally. He could participate in missions to help those in need and promote cultural understanding between different countries. By doing so, he could make a real difference in the world and leave a legacy of diplomacy and unity. As Prince George reaches the age of 10, it's clear that his life is already extraordinary. With a net worth that surpasses most adults, he enjoys a lifestyle filled with luxury, tradition, and privilege. But beyond the luxury part lies a future of immense responsibility. As the third in line to the British throne, Prince George's destiny is intertwined with the monarchy's legacy. As we look ahead to Prince George's future, one thing is certain: his journey will be nothing short of extraordinary. While he is still a child, he has a royal path ahead of him which he has to follow someday. Thank you for staying with us. If you enjoy our content, our newest videos are just a click away.